Good morning, welcome to therunphysio.com. I'm very honoured today to be speaking with Michael Gates. He's a world record holding pole walker and has very kindly offered to give us some tips and tricks today of how to get the best out of walking with your poles. So Michael, thanks for joining us, and would you mind just briefly introducing yourself and telling the viewers here a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, well basically I've been utilising the benefits of poles for the last 14 years. I've added to my training, and then I got really involved with it on a global scale. So I've set a couple of world records of anywhere from 24 hours non-stop into 48 hours non-stop on the poles.
How far did you go in your 48-hour world record?
The 48 hour, I got to a distance of 238 k's.
238 k's.
Yeah, so it was pretty full on, but it was basically along our coastline here, on the beachfront through there. And I've also walked from Melbourne through to Brisbane in 22 days, just over 2,000 k's. So that was a joint venture with my son. So yeah, on the pole. So it was a pretty good challenge as well. So it was good.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So to think that you can just keep on your feet for that amount of time is astonishing. And you use the poles the whole way for the walks?
Yeah, without a doubt. I don't go anywhere without my poles now. It's like walking the dog. So the poles take me for a walk. So realistically, the benefits are quite amazing in relationship to the main benefit is really sharing the load between the top part of your body and the bottom part. So your total body working all together. So when you normally go for a jog or a walk now, you take your lower limbs, take all the stress, whereas this way you share the load right through the upper body plus the lower limbs. And that's a huge benefit in relationship to impact. So especially with the Kokoda Challenge, for example, going down hills, they're phenomenal, taking impact off your joints, especially after many hours of jogging or walking. It will take the impact out of the knees for sure. So to avoid painful joints, that's the way to go.
Okay, so a lot of people will be opting to use the poles during the Kokoda Challenge, and having been out on course, I must admit that most people don't seem to have a good grasp of actually how to use them. So they're kind of dragging them along the ground sometimes, or they're not using them to their full advantage.
Yeah.
So there presumably are techniques that can be used to
without a doubt.
Get the best out of it.
Dave, in relationship to definitely going up hills, the pole should be where you lean into the hill naturally, and you use the poles to push yourself up the hill. Okay, so sometimes you get people on really steep climbs, they might put the pole out in front. Naturally, that's to pull you up. Okay, so you've got to push. And when you're going down hills, you're definitely on a braking system. So the poles are in front. From that angle, you share the load. You push down on the poles as you go down. It's a bit like a praying mantis or basically an alternative walk down the hill. And that once again takes a massive amount of effect off painful joints after doing the Kokoda.
Okay. Well, that's fantastic advice. What we might do now is actually run through a bit of a session, and you can show me some of the techniques that people might use to help them through the Kokoda.
More than happy to.
So, Mike, just tell us a little bit about the poles that people will be using during the Kokoda.
Yeah, well, basically during the Kokoda, most people will go select an adjustable shaft pole. So there's two types of poles: a fixed shaft or an adjustable. And I'd highly recommend with the multi-terrain use an adjustable pole. It allows you for variation of height and stuff. The other good thing about the adjustable poles is basically they're easy to concertina together if you want to carry them.
So a pole like this will collapse down
right down for a backpack arrangement. They're about I think they're about 20 inches long. Yeah. Now I'm showing my age. 20 inches long. So the other thing about the poles is basically they come with strap or strapless, and I'd highly recommend once again a strapless pole, because with things like Kokoda and those sort of challenges in multi-terrain and where it's always undulating and you've got a lot of rock formation and mud, if you tend to fall over a bit, you want to be able to release the pole and get rid of it out of your hand, not so much hang on to it. Because by hanging on to it, if you go down and fall on your wrist, you've got a good chance of actually breaking a bone in
Okay.
your wrist and stuff. So yeah, that's
So
why
I think most poles are supplied with a strap, aren't they? So
Yeah.
people can take those off, can they?
Yeah, or don't put them on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's personal preference. One of those things. But that's what I do,
Yep.
and I've done a fair bit of different sort of trekking and stuff over the years, and truly, it's just one of those personal preferences.
Great, fantastic.
Okay, so the most important thing going uphill is basically you actually pull out in front and you pull yourself up. So that's the whole concept there. And then as you're pulling up, you push back as the pole goes past you. So let me demonstrate, and we'll see how we go in the camera here. So basically, pull up, pull back. So when you're coming downhill, basically there's two forms of technique. One is where you sit your butt low and lay back into the poles, so nice and easy. And then the other method is where the poles are out in front. So what I'll do is I'll demonstrate the butt low coming downhill. But the challenge with this one is in really slippery surfaces, you would probably want to avoid that, otherwise you'll end up on your butt. So we'll see how we go. But you can go a lot faster pace.
Now, Mike, one thing I've noticed from a couple of years at Kokoda is that people seem to use the poles quite a bit on the uphills, whether they're using the correct technique or not, but they do try to use them on the uphills. But on the flats, the poles tend to get just dragged along or stashed in a pack. But you're saying that the poles can be really utilised to their advantage on the flat terrain.
Oh, without a doubt, Dave. I mean, the best time to really pick up speed is basically when you're on the flat as well. And we're doing least damage. So once again, by utilising the poles on the flat, it helps to basically push you along.
Perfect.
So they're a bit like your own personal trainer. They keep pushing you along as long as you know how to utilise them correctly. Yeah. Basically, when you're utilising the poles with your walking, it's most important that you lead by your hands and you push the pole spike behind you. So let me demonstrate and I'll show you. Yeah, the other great thing about the poles is you can also use them for running and jogging. So once again, you lead by the hands and you make sure the spikes are behind you, but you push as you follow through. So let me demonstrate that as well.
Thanks so much for that, Michael. We've had some amazing instruction there on how to use the poles, the advantages of using the poles, and I know for one I'll definitely be considering using them now for Kokoda, even though I've never used them before. So thanks heaps for that. How can people find out more information about you and about what you do and the training that you offer?
Well, basically they go on my website, which is poleabout.com.au. So that's poleabout.com.au.
Perfect. We'll pop a link up on the screen and on the website. And thank you so much, Michael. It's been a pleasure to see you again. And stay tuned for more tips and tricks and videos and articles from Kokoda Spirit Racing and therunphysio.com. Good luck at Kokoda.